Hi everyone, welcome to week 9. Oh, it's raining right now. Can you hear the rain? I'm in my bedroom. This is where I sit in meditation. I'm in front of my altar. I acknowledge all of you for coming, on this journey with me and for making remarkable progress and transformation. I know it doesn't always feel that way. It doesn't always feel that way. Growth is challenging. And also with that challenge and our willingness to lean into it, to kind of lean in sometimes even towards the places that scare us. This is where real transformation is born. And I've just witnessed some really brave willingness to be transparent and to just be with your experience, to learn, to receive the medicine of those old, contracted, uncomfortable feelings, and allow that to sort of guide you forward into what your next right move is. Really acknowledging you for that. And though you may feel like you're doing this program imperfectly, I can assure you that you're doing it absolutely perfectly for you. And I also am encouraging you, please, to continue with your practices, recommit. This committing I do on a regular basis. And I know when I've gotten kind of off my values and my priority of placing practice at the center point of my life, because when I do, everything else is better, I can tell oh, oops, I don't feel like I have time to write a gratitude list, or, I feel like, I could use a little more sleep, so I'll skip my meditation. We come up with all kinds of little ways to get out of these practices that call forth the real goodness and the truth within us. Our egos get a little bit threatened by that. Our egos are always wanting to keep things status quo. And our ego always wants to keep in control. So, we're fostering this really kind and compassionate attitude with our egos, but we're also realizing that we are more than that. And so before we get into what we'll be doing for this week, let's just take a deep breath in, just checking in with ourselves. Doing a little nest meditation here. Putting a hand on your heart, and then just name anything that's true. And if there's any charge here in your experience, like something that's challenging, give that charge a number. So 0 would mean I'm not charged at all, I'm feeling really at ease and peaceful. And 10 would be I am way overloaded. I can barely sit still, I'm so upset. So just notice what the charge is here. And then name any feelings that might be here, any emotions. Really doing this. Saying them out loud. Good. And then to whatever's true in this moment, offering that some kindness, some care. Good. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So we're heading into, as I mentioned before, medicinal expression. This week we're going to focus on communication, just clear communication, just being as authentic and transparent as we can with a very, with a sort of script that allows us to speak from the heart with another human being. So in a really safe way. So next week I'm going to get into how this sort of template can be used when you have a conflict with somebody else. But for this week, the focus will just be on connection. So please think of one person who you would like to deepen your connection with. And if you have a significant other in your life, an intimate partner, then you might want it to be that person, because come on, you spend a lot of time with them. And so hopefully they're open to sort of doing this process with you. Probably they are, if you just, so you'll ask the person, or maybe it's a friend, a mentor, a colleague, who you just feel like can hold space for you And you can hold space for them too, because this will be a practice you both will do. You'll take turns. Once you think of your person, I want you to make an appointment to meet with them and do this practice together. It takes maybe 10, 15 minutes, and I'm going to walk you through it. And attached to this email are the guidelines for the practice. So before I meet with you again a week from this week, I'd like you to have had that meeting so we can just talk about how that went for you. We don't heal. We don't come into our own wholeness in a vacuum. We're pack animals. We're very connected to community. We need each other. And it's so incredibly healing to just be witnessed as you are. And so I really encourage you to take this to the next step, because as we move and transition into the final weeks of this program, we're literally bringing our practices from the inside out into the world. You have something that looks like this with the medicinal expression dialogue practice. I've also included a list of human needs, because this is going to be important for this. And so I'm going to play both parts, right? I'm going to play speaker and listener just to model this activity and what it would be like. So the first part, the listener asks the speaker, what is important for me to know about you in this moment? I feel anxious, open, and a little embarrassed. Is there anything you want to share about those feelings? Well, I want you to know that I think I'm feeling a little nervous, because this is the first time we've done this practice together. And so I noticed myself just being like anxious about doing this, and a little even embarrassed. I feel open because I think there's just this warmth in my heart from being able to share myself with you in this way. Okay, I hear you saying that you're feeling a little embarrassed about us having this conversation. It's new. It's like you feel a little anxious about that, and you're also noticing that you have some warmth in your heart and you feel open, because it's really like resonant for you to talk to me in this way. Is that right, listener? You're paraphrasing what the other person is saying, and you're feeding it back to them, and you're checking for understanding by saying, is that right? Yes, that's right. I imagine you might be needing acceptance, compassion, and to be known and to be understood. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And then you'll just together sit in silence, just for a breath or two. And then you'll switch, take turns. Feel free, I'm sorry if that was kind of weird, but I hope you get the idea. Feel free to, I don't know, maybe I'll have my husband model this with me, and I'll send you guys another video too, so you can show that to your partner. But you can even show your partner this little video, that clip, and then you guys can get going, right? You gotta practice. Nothing's gonna change if we don't practice it first, You didn't look at your bike and go, ooh, I'd like to ride that. I'd really like to be a great bike rider. And then just sit there and stare at your bike. You got on. Similarly, you don't go, wow, I'd really like to be a more connected, authentic, happy human being, and not do anything. So weird how we don't just, it's not common practice, but as Brendan Burchard said, common sense is not often common practice. Your guided meditation practice this week is to connect to your most authentic self, and you'll find this meditation has a little bit more gaps of silence in it. Sense how that is for you. It's really good to increase the amount of time that you can tolerate just sitting in silence. I sit both with guided meditations and without, but I definitely enjoy just sitting for half an hour sometimes in just silence, just feeling my breath. being with my experience and then ending with some loving kindness practice. So feel into like what, you know, what the silence is like for you. Mindful activity, this is the last piece I want to mention. Now that we're really moving outward in our practice, you guys, I want you to pick some activities throughout your day that you can just do mindfully. Washing your hands, taking a shower, folding the laundry, making dinner. Pick something that's pretty simple that you can do just on its own, one pointed. So you're not on your phone and you're not multitasking. Okay, so pick an activity. Oh, it makes it so much better when you just make it intentional. Like, I'm just gonna wash this dish and I'm gonna be totally present, feeling the water, feeling my breath. This is it, just this, just this. You can even use that mantra, just this, as you're doing the activity to remind you to just to stay with that. Please continue the practices, the writing meditation, the gratitude list. Keep practicing. I think that's it. Keep going. You guys are doing awesome. It just gets better. It just gets better. And sometimes it sucks. It just does. But you know what? When you're practicing in this way, when you're aware and you're seeing that everything in your life is here to serve you, then even the shittiest things in the world become meaningful, right? So nothing ever is happening for no reason at all. Everything that you're going through right now is part of your path. All right, you guys. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings. Let me know if you have any questions, okay? Namaste.